episode of York and Spoon. I'm Jenelle York, your Vegan Punk Pinup. Today I'm here to show you a breakfast option. So I am not a morning person. That may not be true. I like the morning, but I start work at 7 and I have an hour commute, so that means I'm up at 5:30 because I have to be. So I'm not gonna get up any earlier than that to make a very fancy or time-consuming breakfast. This is a great recipe that you can make a batch of and then eat all week long. So I'm gonna make a batch of granola for you today, and this is a raw recipe, but I'll give you an oven option. I'm gonna do mine in a dehydrator today. It's 3 simple ingredients. All we have here is, this was 1 cup of dry buckwheat groats. You can find those at most natural markets or some stores that have bulk bins. And then I soaked those overnight. So you wanna fully cover them with water, soak those, and then just strain them. And I've added them to my bowl because we're gonna mix our sauce in. So this is just a sauce. This is gonna be chocolatey granola of 2 tablespoons. I have raw cacao powder here. You could use your cocoa powder. And then 1 very ripe banana. So this is a little speckly, that's perfect. We want it to be soft and very sweet because I'm not gonna add any sugar or sweetener to this recipe. So that comes from our banana. So just break that in a few pieces and we're gonna blend. And I'm gonna blend this on low because we don't have a lot of liquid here. We don't have any liquid here. Right, that should be good. We just want to have made kind of a smooth sauce out of our banana and our cocoa powder. And I'm just gonna use my spatula here to add this in to our bowl. Smells nice and chocolatey. So we don't want a lot of liquid here. This is just gonna be probably enough to coat our groats nice and well. And clean that later. So you just want to mix this together, and I'll show you the finished consistency in just a second, but as I said, that's just going to be enough sauce to coat everything. Perfect. So I've got our buckwheat now coated in our banana and chocolate sauce. It's still nice and thick. There's no liquid that is in here. And then we're gonna spread this on a dehydrator sheet, or I'll give you oven directions in just a second. So I'm gonna grab that. So if you're using a dehydrator, you want to use one lined with a sheet. So this is a Teflex sheet. Your granola would make quite a mess on the regular. So we're gonna spread this out, just scoop it all out, and then use the back of your spatula or the back of a spoon. Spread this pretty thin. So what we want is for this to dry out where we can crumble it into some nice chunks. So I'd say, because the buckwheat groats are pretty bulky, about 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch thick. You don't want any holes to start breaking when you spread this out. So about like that. So I'm gonna stick this in my dehydrator. Now I know you don't want to watch me twiddle my thumbs for 8 hours while this recipe finishes, so I've already made a batch that I'm going to pull out and show you the final product. Okay, so this batch was made last night and dried overnight at about 1:15 overnight, 8 to 10 hours. I just checked it in the morning and it wasn't quite dry, so I put it back on for a couple more hours. But we want it to be able to break apart or crumble apart into little bite-sized pieces. And so you would just do that with the whole tray and then put it in your bowl. This is more than 1 serving, so I'd say for me, probably about 4 servings. I would put this in a mason jar or a covered container and eat that throughout the week. I might even put it in small jars and just bring it to work if I'm not even gonna get up early enough to eat this in the morning before I leave. And I promised you oven directions. So I've never done this in the oven, I have to be honest there. So if you try it in the oven and have feedback, please comment below and let me know so I can update that. But I would estimate that you would do this. I would line a cookie sheet or a large tray with some wax paper or non-stick and put that on your lowest setting. So some ovens vary, but the lowest setting your oven has, and it's not going to take as long as the dehydrator. So I'm going to estimate about 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. So let me know. You wouldn't want to put that in there overnight. You would want to do that while you're awake, and you can keep an eye on it. Let me know if you try that. And that's it. That's going to be our granola. So we're going to serve this up in a nice bowl. I like to put some fresh fruit. I'll probably slice some fresh bananas on top. If I had some fresh berries, that would be great as well, with my favorite non-dairy milk. And before we go, I want to tell you about the shirt that I'm wearing. So I don't know if you can see, this says, "Food is my health care." I love this shirt, and I just wore it today so I could tell you about it. I wasn't asked to do so, but I wanted you to see how neat it was. All the words here that form the word food are healthy vegan food items. So lentils, seaweed, spirulina, herbs, pasta. It's a very cute shirt, and it's put together by Eco Vegan Gal. You can see at the bottom there. And I'll link below to where you can find one of these if you want. She also has a cute green version that's raw food is my health care, and it's got some different items that form the word food. And I think she has long sleeve versions as well. So I just wanted to share my fun shirt with you today, and thank you for tuning in.